This is the most horrifying Christmas tree in the entire world. The Christmas tree is named Woody, and every year when the time is right, the mall will hold an event where they wake Woody up from its long sleep, and this is what happens when it finally opens its eyes.
Wake up, Woody!
It'll then start talking to every person who walks up to it, asking what they want for Christmas, and having a full-on conversation with them as it stares deep into their soul. If you think this thing is creepy, subscribe. After these guys got a brand new drone, they decided it would be a good idea to see if it had the ability to change a light bulb. So they strapped one on top of it and did what needed to be done. At first, everything seemed like it was going just fine, but once they started raising the drone closer to the socket, they realized it was going to be a bit harder than they thought to pull this off. But once they got it lined up, they carefully started spinning the drone like this, successfully connecting the light bulb and proving that you're never too old to act like a kid.
Holy smokes, she's alive!
He never thought that he would see her ever again. After Jake Larson lost his wife named Lola to cancer, his grandchildren decided to give him a super special gift. They ran a photo of Lola through this software, turning it into a realistic looking video that Jake can watch. And this was the moment that he finally saw it for the first time.
Isn't it amazing that technology?
I can't believe it. It's her.
Yeah, it's like she's here.
This past November 23rd, we would have been married 75 years. And I still love her.
This cat is about to get the shock of its life. As this cat was standing in front of their printer, it didn't realize that a piece of paper was slowly coming out of it. And when the paper finally touched the cat's leg, his reaction was absolutely hilarious. Check it out. This woman is about to do the craziest experiment ever, and what happens at the end will blow your mind. While this professor was teaching her students about chemical reactions, she decided to show them what would happen when you mix together two things, potassium iodide and hydrogen peroxide. At first, it doesn't look like much, but as she transfers the liquids between the cups, the craziest thing happens. This trick is called the iodide clock reaction, turning the liquid from clear to dark in literally the blink of an eye, making for this trippy illusion and definitely a super cool party trick. If you think this is neat, subscribe. These people just saved this carnival ride from a total disaster. When these people were at their local fair, they noticed one of the rides starting to lift off of the ground as it swung around. Everyone immediately realized that something was terribly wrong, but instead of just standing by, this one guy decided to jump on the base of the ride and try and stabilize it from moving. That's when everyone else rushed in to join him, actually stopping the ride from malfunctioning any further, bringing everyone down safely and completely unharmed. What would you do in this situation? Let me know in the comments. This penguin didn't realize that the ice was breaking away. As these penguins were running along the edge of the water, one of them was further ahead than the rest and noticed that the ice was starting to break away. It started running back towards the others, but quickly realized that it was too late to jump. Although penguins can swim, there are many predators that live in the ocean, making it a dangerous option. That's when the penguin quickly runs to the last piece of ice holding everything together, just barely making the jump in time before the piece of ice broke off. He even slid back over to the others in style, where they all rushed over in celebration. This dog will not go on a walk unless she has this one specific thing. Whenever this lady tries to take her duck toller on a walk, the sweet pup will lay down on the front step, looking back at the owner and not moving a muscle. At first, the human thought that she didn't want to go, but after a while, she realized that the pup would only go if he had this one thing.
You want your ball? This is what you want. Now we can go.
If you love dogs, subscribe. This cat may or may not have just committed a terrible crime. After she walked into the room and found her brand new mirror shattered on the ground, she started wondering how it happened, considering the fact that nobody else was home at the time. That's when she turned to her cat, who looked at her with the saddest eyes in the world. But in my opinion, I think he's innocent until proven guilty. What do you think? Let me know in the comments.